So quantum computing is interesting because it's about as far away from AI as we can get in terms of relatability, approachability. With generative AI, anybody can create a free account on chatgpt.com with OpenAI and just start using it, right? Very, very usable, very approachable. In fact, like it or not, every time you do a Google search, you're using generative AI. Like, it's just baked into everything now. Quantum is about as far away as you can get from that. You can use it. IBM has quantum computers where you can just sign up and you can write some code and send it to the quantum computer. It'll go in a queue like the old days with punch cards or something like that, and come back and give you a result eventually. So it's not completely unreachable. Quantum computer is kind of like a supercomputer in that there's a very limited use case for it. And I often think of it as like a coprocessor for a supercomputer. And in the future, I think that's where we'll see quantum computers are sitting alongside supercomputers used by folks doing scientific research and things like that. Climate research, all that stuff is good for quantum computers. But the threat from quantum computers, I think, has been very much overblown. And the reason for that is it's just not necessary for attackers. Right now, attackers are not in a bind. They're not having a hard time compromising organizations. It doesn't make sense for them to go buy the most expensive thing possible and then somehow obtain your network traffic and then break those RSA keys and open up the network traffic, 10 years from now when this is feasible. I just don't see that happening because there are much easier ways. You can just call up somebody's help desk and say, I'd like a password, please. And that apparently works. That's how a lot of the attacks we're seeing happening today are social engineering, stealing people's credentials. And data is not encrypted at the source or the destination generally. If I get access to your laptop while it's in use, as you with your credentials, or if I get access to the server on the other end, wherever this data is flowing from when it goes across the network, that's a much easier place to attack and to steal that data from. So it doesn't really make sense for attackers to go after this. Will we see a state-sponsored, state-level, highly funded attacker use quantum computers to break keys? Maybe, but there has to be some data in that network traffic that's so valuable and doesn't exist on a source or destination somewhere else. It was only existed on the network. So the more you think about the attack from the attacker's perspective, the less it makes sense that that attack will ever be real. But we have to upgrade all our encryption algorithms anyway, because as an industry, we've already decided this is the path we're taking. And eventually, if you don't upgrade your algorithms, your web browser won't work anymore. Your email server won't be able to send email to other people because collectively, we all have to switch protocols. We all have to switch. We have to run the latest TLS. We have to use the latest agreed upon encryption standards, because our web browser, our email servers have to negotiate and have to speak the same language, right? We have to agree on the same encryption to use. And because that process is already in motion, we're all going to be using post-quantum encryption anyway.